Hi, my name is Aishi, and today I'll be covering some work solutions pertaining to the video on transduction and second messengers video part 2. What would happen if the G protein that activates adenyl cyclase loses its GPTase activity? Please take a few moments to think about this question. Let's work through this. So first off, what does GTPase do? Well, it converts GTP to GDP and an inorganic phosphate. So if you remember, the GTP form of a G protein is active and the GDP form is inactive. So if the GTPase activity is lost, then the G protein would be in the GTP form and it would remain active. Since we know that this particular G protein is one that activates adenyl cyclase, and since the GTPase activity is lost, and thus this G protein will stay in the GTP active form, then this will continually activate adenyl cyclase, which means that there will be more activated adenyl cyclase in the environment. And what does adenyl cyclase do? Well, it produces cyclic AMP, so we will have increased levels of cyclic AMP. We know from the lecture that cyclic AMP activates pKa, or protein kinase A, and since it's a kinase, it phosphorylates things. So pKa can go on to phosphorylate many other proteins. One such protein is CFTR, or cystic fibrosis transmembrane conductance regulator. This is precisely what happens in cholera, where the cholera toxin is released from bacteria in the infected intestine, and the cholera toxin binds to intestinal cells known as enterocytes. What happens is that the cholera toxin causes the loss of GTPase activity in G proteins that cause the activation of adenyl cyclase. And so we have more active adenyl cyclase because this G protein is locked in the active state, the GTP state, and this eventually causes an increase in cyclic AMP, which can go on to activate more pKa, protein kinase A, and protein kinase A can go on to phosphorylate more CFTR, and phosphorylated CFTR is actually in the active form. So what CFTR does is that it causes chloride ions to be pumped out. So what eventually happens is that the body loses a lot of chloride ions. It pumps these ions out, and then water follows into the intestine, and this leads to diarrhea.